Zombies, the undead horrors said to ravage the world to the point of non-existence. Luckily for us, they don't exist, but in Minecraft, they do. Especially in DeceasedCraft, this mod pack is one of the most polished and realistic zombie apocalypse mod packs out there. There is a lot in this pack, stuff like a leveling system for combat, mining, and running, then there's cars, there's cities, there's guns, bosses, body injuries, and even more guns. So that's why I am spending 100 hours in the world of DeceasedCraft, and you know, I haven't really played Minecraft in a little while, so this will be interesting and I hope you enjoy it. So let's just get into it. So I spawned into this dangerous land next to an even more dangerous city, which, you know, I ventured towards in search of loot for things to pretty much just keep me safe. There are just like a ton of different buildings in this city which you can loot, but I'll talk about that more later on. Like this gas station, it provides fuel for the future and a bit of food, but surprisingly I did find an M1911 pistol. Who keeps guns in the gas station? Like, seriously, I wouldn't, but I guess it's fine because this may actually be useful. But now I have enough food for a little while, so you know, I went to start on a base and I will have to make it a bit complicated. All because of day 105. That is when zombies can start breaking blocks. So I need to start on a sky base to avoid the zombies. Unfortunately, it didn't protect me for too long because I died to this purple breath guy. So that's why I made a moat. I simply didn't want to keep killing zombies. Well, anyway, this moat was a 2-block wide trench with some trapdoors in place to trick the zombies into falling in it. It went all around my whole entire base. And then with this in place, I honestly was just free to continue my humble abode. Well, until all this running around and getting hurt caused me to go through all of my food. So I headed back into the city in search of food, of course. I did find it, but then I found something a little more terrifying. What? Why are you here? Oh no! Oh, why are you here? Oh, he's down there. Oh no, he can get back up though. Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, please stay in there. Please stay in there. Oh no, oh no. I managed to kill it for tons of loot, or at least a ton for me at this time. Can I hit him from down? Oh, I can hit him from up here. Oh, I need to use my pistol. Oh my god. Okay, this may take a while. Oh, that's a bunch of ammo. Yo, and a bunch of gunpowder too. Okay, I see you, Mr. Demolisher. I see you. And after that, I ventured back to the city. That was after I just mined just a little bit. But anyway, I went to the city because there are banks. Banks hold diamonds, gold, iron, and most importantly, money, which is extremely important for trades later on. Honestly, who knew money would be useful in an apocalypse? I certainly didn't, but with my good haul of loot and iron and stuff, I went home to finish an essential part to my base. The barbed wire. The barbed wire was made with a crap ton of iron and was essential for killing zombies in the moat, at least for now. But actually, I needed more iron. So of course it's back to the city I go, and in that process I died an awful amount of times. Yeah, I died for all of that iron, just all the stupid iron, and I even went back home and guess what? I got infected, and guess what again? I died. I then went on to make and upgrade a backpack, the most essential part of any adventurer's journey, but I died and died and died again, yeah, just by attempting to raid just a few more buildings in the city. So I took a break to go mining just for a little bit, and I found a dungeon, so that's not really important. But I did find a police station when I wasn't taking a break, where I did end up dying metric butt ton amount of times. I got to looting it though, and I got some nice armor, weapons, and just a few guns. Really, what do you expect from a police station? But right next to it was this car garage thing. It gave me like some surprisingly good stuff, such as some create items, steel, and even a thermoelectric generator. With that generator, I need a heat source, which is lava, and a cool source, which is water. And when I get that powered up, I am now able to start working on my refined storage. While I was doing that, it happened to be my first horde night. Yeah, I watched all these losers die a slow and painful death to my barbed wire. It was great. And then I got ammo, so it was even better. But it wasn't as amazing as the barbed wire getting nerfed. Yeah, an update happened in between the hours of me playing this, and now they're just crap. So I had to make a new type of barbed wire called razor wire, which is way better, and it's made of steel, so it is very, very tedious. This led me to search the city once again. I went through so many buildings, and one even had this like attractor, which is a worse version of a magnet, which pulls items to me. But it's better than nothing, especially when I spotted another police station. I raided it, of course, and also found an M4A1. Yeah, I never ended up using that, just so you know. But to help my search for loot, I found a pair of running shoes. So yeah, now I'm like super speedy fast. Yeah. Anyway, that was enough of the city raiding for now, because it's time to make some more progress, which came after I died, and then my game crashed after that. Man, I struggled to get my loot back. I don't even know how I did it, but I did, and you know, now I can work on an enchantment table since I have my loot back. Freaking finally, I know. I'm pretty sure getting the obsidian took way longer than it should have though, but now I have the enchantment table, so we're all good. But I can't use it yet because I have to defend my base from a blood moon. It wasn't really hard thanks to the razor wire. It also helped me with some XP though, so it allowed me to end up getting my awesome pickaxe with efficiency 4, fortune 3, and unbreaking 3, and it was a diamond pickaxe, which it will in the end allow me to get all the redstone I ever needed. And the redstone was for traders, so that I could just start working on some villager trades, mainly the villagers I kidnapped, because I'm not going to ask them kindly to come to my base, but I had to wait for some glass to smelt, and I also started on a farm, and that's pretty much it there. Until I spent all of my money on a lectern boyo. Yeah, I really needed those enchanted books, you know, you understand? And yeah, I just wasted all my money. So after some research, I found out that I could make money with emeralds and paper. I just require the use of a create machine. See, this is my first time really messing with create. I always just saw it as very complicated and just more complicated for me to handle. Well, it's actually not, because I ended up making my water wheels, connected my machines, and made a money machine. Kind of. But it needed to go faster, so I set up some small and large cogs to speed up the mechanism. At first, I thought it needed more water wheels, but that wasn't the case, I think. And with my short attention span, I went off to raid some more buildings in the city. I raided tons of buildings, especially banks, but the money wasn't the highlight of the adventure. It was the super magnet and the lucky scarf. The lucky scarf gave me more luck or something, and the super magnet was a stronger attractor. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing. I saw this like bloated beluga whale of a cow. Oh, what the hell? Oh, god damn. Jesus Christ. Why? I'm infected too. Yeah, I ran away and died a lot. Not to the cow, just to be clear, but to a bunch of crap zombies. I had to go back, retrieve my gear, and then I went home. And I took my freshly received money and gave it to the villagers. And I was able to get a mending book from my very first villager, which it's a 1 in 4 chance. And this, like, getting it this early just really helps out a lot. And it's just a big W. So I started on better gear, such as the police set, which gives me a little bit of a bonus with the police baton that also ends up electrocuting zombies. But yeah, when I got all of that done and enchanted, I just went to get even better gear. So I just sought after some steel, which was easy. I just had to visit a bunch of those car shop thingies. And with the steel I acquired, I went home and made up a mechanical crafter, which caused my whole system of my create machines to be overstressed. So I worked on that by building a windmill and added some more water wheels. And after a lot of freaking building and rearranging, it was fixed. So I made the steel armor. Then to finish out this last part of this hour, I started working on some extra defenses when I wasn't dealing with the blood moon and the horde night that occurred, of course. And for once, I felt powerful. So I decided to put that power to the test. The skyscraper, one of the biggest structures in the game. and it was ready to be taken over. But that's after I killed a demolisher. It was trying to stop me from looting the underground parking garage. There were just like 3 main items. There are 3 main things I found there. I found guns, tons of guns, a netherite block, which will be very useful later on, and I found a golden apple crate. And golden apples, once eaten, stop the infection that sometimes happens when getting hit by a zombie. These are crucial for long adventures, and I got a whole 9 apples. So with that, I climbed up the skyscraper, well, you know, after killing another demolisher. And at first, the loot was just mediocre at best. I got money and food, but once I got higher up, the loot became amazing. There was just a crap ton of trinkets, a few shulker boxes, a ton of create stuff, materials, and a bunch more random items. There were plenty of spawners too. Zombies just came everywhere. But I survived, and there was even a little mini boss known as the Human Herder. What the hell are you? Oh my, what the frick? Oh, you're dead. What the hell are you? Oh my god. Okay, well, you're easily dead anyway. Okay, wait, what'd you all give me? Oh, some bullets? Ooh. But I made it to the top anyway, and I finished my looting. So there was just one last thing to do, and that is get off the skyscraper. So I made it down the stairs. Not really. Actually, I jumped off the skyscraper. And of course, I used this umbrella that I found to safely make it down. So with my super omega loot haul, I went back to the mechanical crafter to craft up some netherite armor, which is really important for my final armor set. The Spec Ops armor. It really wasn't that bad to make. I had all the resources I needed, just had to plop it in the crafter. And then I got to the enchanting part, which was kind of tedious, but that's pretty much it. But really, now isn't the time to gawk over this armor. The base is now where my focus is at. I want to make my next major defense, a lava moat. Basically, it's just another moat like the last one, but instead it's gonna have lava, and then underneath the lava it'll have pressure plates so the items don't burn. And that's pretty much it. I mean, in the process I did have to do some terraforming, but that's pretty much it. That's everything I did to my base. But then after that, I did start on some more progression. I worked on some gunpowder. I started with a simple cobblestone generator. I took a crate drill powered by a water wheel set up behind it, and then it just took all the cobblestone and put it into a hopper. Then after that, there's only like really just one thing I needed. Kind of one thing. I needed a crusher to be able to crush this stuff down into nitrate powder, which I couldn't finish because I needed iron sheet metal. So I found a condominium that I originally thought was a hospital, and there's just a crap ton of loot. Nothing amazing though. I would have gotten more if I didn't get infected. You would think someone would have a gapple, but no, I didn't have one, so I had to run home. But at least there was some iron sheet metal that I needed. So I did end up making the crusher. I just took a hammer, slapped it with the hammer, and then it just magically turned into this good old machine. And that marks the crusher as done. And now it's finally time to head to the wasteland. Well, after I just quickly finish an enclosure for some otters that I found. They're pretty cute, to be honest. But back to the wasteland. I made a python pistol before I headed out. I wanted just a little bit more protection. And then with that, I just went to the wasteland in a little car. It took a while, but with the help of a nature's compass and the underground railway, I found my very first wasteland. It was a really small one, but luckily it had enough buildings to give me a crap ton of resources. There was like tons of steel, create stuff, and a ton of thermoelectric generators. It was all very glorious until I died. Yeah, I was a little too dumb to set my own spawn point, and the wasteland was about, I don't know, a few thousand blocks away, so I had to go run. I had to run all the way there, and that sucked major freaking ass. Yeah, I mean, it just sucked. But anyway, I did manage to get my stuff back, and I looted a few more buildings until I saw this intoxicator guy. Oh god, oh no, oh no. Yeah, I ran out of that place so damn fast, I don't even want to deal with that right now. So I just hopped into my car, into the railway, and I had a nice easy trip home. So when I got home, of course, I emptied out my pockets and I started working on some bullets, especially on a .308 Winchester bullets for a gun that I'll get just a little bit later. All I had to do was make 2 machines. First, I had to make a press machine to press this brass into little bullet casings. Then I used a create machine that combines lead nuggets, gunpowder, and bullet casings into the bullets. But all of those bullets will be used later. So before I go to the new wasteland I'm looking for, I needed a stack upgrade for my backpack, you know, so I can pick up more loot. And for some reason, I made a contraption to make ender pearls that it was kind of useless at the moment, so that was also fun. It was just a few pipes, some tanks for some water, and lava. But anyway, it's time to go venture out to find a new wasteland. I did end up finding one, and yeah, it was a small one again. Yeah, such a waste of time. But hey, I found enough of what I was looking for, and I was looking for a high carbon steel, which is used for some of the endgame weaponry. And speaking of weaponry, I did find myself something pretty cool, a nice shotgun. Ooh, oh, shotgun! So I got what I came for, and it's time to leave. The drive home was very tedious. I really wasn't even paying attention. Then I lost my car. Yeah, I still made it home in time to make my 2 endgame weapons. First off is the katana. This is self-explanatory. Katanas are dope as hell, but I have it, and it's nice, and it's also enchanted. But lastly is the Scar H. This thing packs a punch and gets a bonus with my armor set. Plus I got the reclaimed enchantment on it, which gives it a chance for the bullet not to be consumed when shot. And with the katana, the scar, and the refill upgrade for my ammo, I once again searched for a new wasteland and found a chungus of a biome, the freaking biggest boy of wasteland. I looted the hell out of this damn place. Everything was just going great, it was going amazing, until an intoxicator showed up. Yeah, it wasn't ready for what I was packing. Oh, frick. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, no. Oh, God. Just die. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, let's go. Yes. Yeah, the boss fight was easier than I thought. So yeah, I just picked up its stuff and I went on and looted some more of the wasteland until my pockets were full. That's when I did something just a little bit dangerous. I jumped into a military base. It was all for the helicopter because I wanted to get the helicopter because I'm tired of the damn car, to be honest. It's just crap. So I returned home just to make a few minor improvements to my base, such as a helipad for my new helicopter and a small guard fence near my ladder because, you know, why not? It probably won't help anyway, especially if I'm going to revisit the military base. You know, at first the top part was super easy. Tons of loot, no zombies, easy. But then I went underground and Jesus Christ, oh my God, it was freaking insane. There were 3 floors, each one had tons of enemies, tons of loot, tons of katanas, and a buttload of enemies. I was truly not prepared for. At some point, I don't remember when, but at some point I died. What? No! No! And it took freaking forever for me to get my stuff back. I had no car. I had no helicopter, so once again I had to run, and it took freaking forever. But I eventually did get my stuff back. I returned to looting, finished the whole base, and eventually went back home. And I just got like a crap ton of stuff. Like I said before, just a crap ton. I got an RPK, I got a Vector, got a Tommy gun, a P90, and even a Barrett. Not to mention the tons more guns that I got and the crap ton of ammo as well. And then I eventually got home. Once I got home, I just organized all the crap into my refined storage. And it took a little while, but I finished that and I decided to start making my basement a little bit looking better or beautiful or whatever you want to call it. But beautifying the basement didn't really take that long, so yeah, that's why I decided to start on an armory where eventually I want to get all of the top tier armor sets and just plop them in there. But eventually I did get distracted, so I decided to turn my whole base into cobblestone bricks. So it took a little longer than I expected, but I finally finished it, and now all of the wood is now turned into cobblestone bricks. So with that being done, I can go back to the armory, but when I got there, it looked kind of bare and naked. So I set out to make the SWAT riot armor set. Now I can finally say there's some actual armor in the armory, but of course, before I could just set it in there, I had to test it out in the hospital, and it actually did not disappoint. And the hospital was packed full of golden apples. Like, I swear to God, I was set for life. Probably not though, because I get hit a lot, but it was honestly really good to have all those golden apples. And when I got there, it was a lot smaller than expected, so that's why I went to the skyscraper right next to it. I already talked about the skyscraper before, so I honestly won't bore you with all the details, but I did find one cool thing. I found a power glove that allows me to deal more damage, mainly melee damage. And now I'm even more powerful than I was before, and I wanted to put that to the test by fighting some super easy mobs, of course, or I guess blazes? I don't know, I had to visit the volcanic biome for some resources for just a little blast smeltery. I don't really plan on using it, but it can produce steel, so that's nice. And all of this just goes back to the gunpowder. Like, I want to get more gunpowder, and another machine I need is an arc furnace, which I found out I need some little graphite rods, which I need to build another machine known as the squeezer. But then for me to get graphite and stuff, I need to also get a coke furnace, where I just need to get coal coke. Like, Jesus Christ, why are there so many machines? This is too much. This is just too much for my damn brain. But it's fine, because the last thing I needed, it was a rod mold, and I just had to get that from the engineer's workbench. So pretty much I just had to wait for the coal coke to smelt, other than everything else I had to do. So in the meantime, I decided to tame a little kangaroo, and I made a pen for it. It required a crap ton of landscaping and stuff, but it was actually really satisfying. That's why I did a lot more of it. I just started breaking the dirt, and it sounded amazing. Like, I didn't even care for breaking the stone, because it didn't sound as good, but the dirt was, oh my God, it was just so satisfying. But the coal coke I will probably no longer worry about, because I'm honestly just too lazy for that. That stuff's too complicated for me. I'm kind of dumb. So yeah, I decided to venture to the second best place to adventure to in the game. And boy, I am really not ready for this. This building's known as the Lab. It's the skyscraper of the wasteland. There's a million levels of deadliness, but there's one level that is more important than the others, the bottom. And that was my goal, to go straight down there with no distractions. So I made it to the bottom and quickly found a key card, but there were a crap ton of zombies. Zombies were literally everywhere. Like, it took a long time just to destroy all the spawners and kill the zombies, but I cleared it out, and eventually I got to start looting. And I also found a portal, and this portal will be used for going to the other dimension, which is also what the key card is used for. Now, I'm not really dealing with that yet, but I do plan on going to it eventually, so right now I'm just going to start scaling up the lab to get more loot. Yeah, that was pretty much everything I did for the rest of the time I had. I spent almost all my time looting. It took so long because of how many zombies there were, but the amount of loot I got was insane. Like, I didn't even finish looting the place yet. Like, I got a ton of golden apples, but like, what really filled up my inventory was all the enchanted books I got. Like, I probably won't really even use them, but my God, my inventory was filled up so much from that, you have no idea. Like, I even had shulker boxes. Like, it got to the point where mining zombies were literally getting to me, and they just kept mining underneath me. It was so annoying that I just had to wrap up and finish looting some other time. So yeah, with that I just went home. So it was nice to get away from all that intense fighting and looting, so I just took a nice break and I went straight to building up my base area. And for starters, there was a lot, and there will be a lot more terraforming, so it will be fun. So the first thing I built was an emu pen for, you know, all those emus. Yeah, they serve no purpose other than just being there, because why not? You know? Now, don't get me wrong, animals, they're really cool. That's why I did a lot of terraforming and worked on expanding an area for more animal pens, but that isn't the most important part. I not only worked on the animal pens, I also worked on defenses, such as an outer wall with more razor wire, and I also added some Tesla coils that get activated from one lever within my base through wireless redstone. And all of this was a way to protect the base even better, and I even added some ladders so I could get up to my base around all this crap without having to break anything. anything or get hurt. And after all of that was done, I just ran back to the wasteland to do a little bit more looting, nothing in particular. I just felt like doing some looting, and in that time I was there, I killed 2 big boy intoxicators. Then I got bored and started making actual progress, like finding the last research notes that I needed. I only really needed the one from the residential area, so I searched so many houses. But eventually I found one, and I just returned home to start on a little factory. But first I had to make up a honey farm, so I just took a tree and had a beehive on it, and took a pump to that beehive and extracted some honey. I should have protected it more because I'm pretty sure the bee died later on. Anyway, this honey is gonna get pumped from the surface all the way to the factory area down below. This is for making a serum that allows me to produce golden apples. The serum is also known as Formula X. It takes a research book, some water, some honey, a little bit of seed oil, and X Factor. And then you take a bottle and you run it through that whole process 4 times. This makes Formula X. That's why I ended up setting some conveyor belts to move these bottles around so they can be ran through 4 times without me having to pick it up and put it back down. Now, don't even get me started on how long it took me to freaking think about this, and how many materials and the cleaning up I also had to do. It just took too long. But it's done, and now I can mass produce golden apples if I really wanted to. I just have to get more apples, and it shouldn't really be that hard. But anyway, I got done with that, so I went out and collected a few more XP tomes because I'm starting to run low on those and I need more places to store my XP. And I also went after a crap ton of different food so that I could get more health, because that's how that works. Like, if I eat some food that I've never eaten before, there's a chance I gain a small heart, and you know, I really want to get as many as I can because I don't want to really die. But there is a problem. I kind of have to wait to eat all the food. So in the meantime, I did some building, actually a crap ton of it, and to start with it, I just made a little area for my sheep and pig that I found. It wasn't much, but it was something, and I just put it underground so they would be protected. And with that small project out of the way, it's time for the big boy stuff, the destruction of a city type big boy stuff. Yeah, I demolished this like big old building. I used that whole building to make just like a little small building. It's like I'm making my own city. And I mean, those giant buildings were not doing anything good for the environment. But when I was working on a road to get to that small house, I found out that there was a Horde Night. Yeah, I didn't think much of it until I saw something I didn't like. The Demolishers. There are now Demolishers on damn Horde Nights. Like, what kind of crap is this? Like, who told me this was gonna happen? I mean, I'm glad I upgraded my base, but what the hell? And then that's when I wondered, like, what can I do to become more powerful? Could I build a railgun? How easy is it? It's probably easy, and like, I could just make this railgun and destroy crap, right? Now, I'm gonna be honest, this thing wasn't the hardest thing to make, and it uses these like power, and then you also have to use steel or iron rods or some sort of rod for ammo, and it's actually not that bad. Just the power gets consumed like very fast, so that's not fun. But like, holy Jesus balls, man, like this thing destroys. It even one-shots zombies. Oh, what? Oh, wait. Oh, oh. Oh, this thing's sick. Then it also one-shots a zombie from the damn wasteland. Whoa. Oh my god. Yeah, so I stayed in the wasteland just for a little bit longer to try the good old ray gun on the big boy intoxicator. It surprisingly did really good damage, but with the power supply, it just didn't make any sense to actually use it. That's why I returned home to organize my stuff, drop off the railgun, and work on a few extra things, such as a gunsmith villager who didn't really give me anything good, and then some automatic farm, which consisted of beetroot, wheat, carrots, and potatoes. It required just a small area with a few harvesters and a mechanism that turned to harvest the crops when they were ready. And each farm also required a windmill each. I probably could have gone away with not having a windmill each, but whatever. And that's when I made one more thing, a potato cannon. It sounds kind of stupid, I'm gonna be honest, but it can shoot carrots, potatoes, whatever you want. And even when it's enchanted, it's honestly not really good. But hey, it's something, and the possibility of it being good is kind of low, but I mean, I probably will never use it. And speaking of something I'll actually never use, I also made a flamethrower, and this is the last of the weapons I plan to make, and it really isn't that bad. I mean, I could end up killing things, and I might end up killing myself with it. And there was a short Horde Night, which I didn't even try using the flamethrower on, but after that ended, I decided I needed a few more defenses, so I sought after a ton of netherrack and some magma blocks. So I scoured the world, searching left and right, and I even came across a giant wasteland, like bigger than the one before, and this is honestly a really good find. But I went home because I didn't need to raid anything yet, and I had a mission that I worked on like just a little after, making a little gazelle pen for a few gazelle boyos, and I did some more terraforming, which I love doing for some reason. Anyway, the plan is I'm gonna use the netherrack to build a ring around my base, same with the magma stone, and I'm gonna set the netherrack on fire. All this is gonna allow an extra tick of damage for the zombies to take to help prevent them from, you know, destroying my base. And then I also set up a door and some stuff to prevent the zombies to pathfind around all this fire. And with those defenses done, I decided to go back to the giant old wasteland, and I saw another army base there, and I wanted to try my luck, and hot damn did I do better, a whole lot better honestly, and a crap ton of loot was just a huge bonus. Plus the extra helicopter, all of the XP, and everything of that sort. Everything I changed and did since my last visit made a huge difference here. It kind of boosted my ego, just a little bit. So I looted a bit more and even killed 2 more big boy intoxicators. Honestly, there's no point in killing them anymore, but I did because why not? Nether stars, yay. So eventually, you know, I did head home and I had way too much crap, too freaking much. I was slightly overwhelmed, but it's fine because I got home, I dropped my pants and dropped loot into the refined storage, and now I'm even richer than before. And to make it even better, I raided even more random structures just to clean up some of the crap ton of waypoints that I have. And after that, I decided to return to breaking down some buildings, such as the first police station I ever looted. I did in fact make a small house with all those blocks. It is kind of ugly, but I also hated destroying the buildings, so this may be the last one I do. Actually, second to last, because I demolished a car garage next to the police station, then of course I just made another house. Yeah, other than that, I did a little terraforming around the city just to make the terrain not annoying and look nice. And terraforming is really nice. Honestly, I wish I had stayed to do that, because I returned to the lab with the key card. I ran all the way to the bottom and I came face to face with the portal. I swiped the key card and it opened. So I jumped in, and this dimension is freaky as hell. Like, it's a big old mining dimension with millions of creepy ass enemies. It's kind of spooky. Oh god, what was that? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, please tell me this is actually doing a lot of damage. Oh god. Okay, what's freaking laughing like a damn baby? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, stop, you stupid cave centipede. Oh my god, you're huge. Oh my god, what are those things? Oh god. A fetus? What the hell? Oh, what are you? Oh, what are you? How much health do you have? Did I just open fire? How about this? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, look at all that damage. Okay, what about this? What about this? There you go, now you're dead. Oh, not this thing too. Ow, ow. Oh god, I need this. Oh Jesus. Oh, what is that thing? Oh my god. Oh my god. How much health do you have? How much health do you have? 400 some. Oh god, ow. What the hell is that? Oh, what is that? What the hell is that? Oh my god! Well, it's dead. That's kind of cool. To prevent me from dying a lot, I ended up making a small base. It never got finished, but it's some protection around the portal, and it also heats me up when I'm in the cold, and I can also make a few cheap shots on some guys who come up at my door, but it didn't matter because I did end up dying. What? No! No! Yeah, I took a little while to find my loot. I had to make my way back to the lab, then back to my death, and luckily I have that SWAT riot set, so I am good, and for the most part, I'm also safe. And I still have a crap ton of boss guys to kill. It's a quest in like my quest book, so I just went on a killing spree, which gave me tons of ammo and gunpowder, and not only that, like I said, this dimension was literally a mining dimension. And so I just mined. I mined so much that I got so many mining levels from that that skill tree thing, and then the amount of resources I came home with was insane. Like, I got multiple stacks of copper, gold, emeralds, diamonds, iron, uranium, silver, zinc, and even lead. And I also had Fortune 3 on my pickaxe, so it made it even crazier. I probably could have gotten more too, but I kind of got a little bored and I just wanted levels from the skill tree. But with all these materials and me saying that I'm done, I just went home. And it was kind of perfect because I returned just in time to take on a horde night, which had a crap ton of dimension bosses. I didn't like that. Like, why were they tanky? It was just not fun. I had to deal with it and it just wasn't fun. Not to mention the freaking mother load of ore that I have to smelt, so I also started on that, and yeah, that also wasn't fun. And I didn't finish smelting them for a long time. I probably should have used more furnaces, but yeah, luckily I had things I could do, like terraforming. This time though, it wasn't pointless terraforming. I actually had a purpose, which was a car warehouse. I wanted a little garage to store some cars in that I may never use. It required a ton of terraforming and mining into a mountain, and I also used cobblestone for the walls and ceilings and some asphalt for the floor. I of course went out to find some car workshop stuff to have the little area where cars were. I then went out to destroy and collect some car parts to make some cars for my garage. Now I'm a rich snob with multiple cars. Not to mention I'm also rich in resources and money. And that was pretty much the project. It was nice and simple, right? Like, until the next horde night kind of made me a bit of a mess. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, there was so many explosions and stuff, and I didn't like it. And yeah, this was all while I was smelting crap in my furnaces. But now that I visited the new dimension, I also have something else I could do. I could make a mutagen serum to convert mutant things into real things. At first I thought it would cure the normal zombie animals, and yeah, it didn't, but it cures the things in the wasteland. So yeah, I tamed and saved 2 wolves. They now sit in my furnace area. So anyway, I decided not to go back there because that was tedious as hell, and since I'm not doing that, I might as well get back to terraforming. And you know, I had a project with a car garage, but I haven't had a project for a plane hangar until now. I started with a runway. It was quite simple. Well, after I cleared off the whole mountain, yeah, the runway wasn't the prettiest, I'm gonna be honest. But eventually I did hunt for some lights in the city and add them to light up the path at night. Next was the tunnel for the planes. I only made enough room for 2 planes. I was gonna make a little bit more, but I kind of got lazy. So I only made 2 planes, and you know, I also upgraded them to make them look a little cooler and defended. I don't think it really makes a difference though. So the last thing to do is to test the plane. Now, honestly, the controls are kind of wonky. Actually, no, very wonky. I almost crashed it like so many times. Actually, in fact, I did crash it. There's just this big old explosion and everything. And that's when I had the realization that I need to be more prepared for the bosses that come during horde nights. So I ended up making 4 beacons, and I didn't record any of it. So that sucks. But now I got a super beacon just in time for the next horde night. Yeah, the freaking bosses ended up climbing onto my damn base. So after the horde night ended, I fortified my base just a bit more by adding a 2nd floor that would help prevent things from climbing up. But that wasn't the only thing I added. I added these deep lava moats around the animal pens I have outside so that that stuff won't get destroyed. Which marks the end of my fortifying. Now I just wanted to get more animals, so I searched for mushrooms after I made a sugarcane farm, and in the search for mushrooms I found a maned wolf and stole it. I just ripped it from its home. Maybe it had kids, maybe not, no idea. But I have it now, and now I'm home. Now in the mod that adds more zombies, it allows us to cure zombie animals with the classic golden apple and weakness potion. So I crafted some of those potions and cured a panda, a mushroom, a cow, and a mountain goat, which led me to make even more animal pens down below. But you know, if I'm going to be curing tons of animals, I want to make sure I have more than enough golden apples. So I raided a ton of hospitals I had marked on the map. It was about 7 hospitals. Yeah, I got to all of them and I looted it, and I got a bunch of stuff, and I got over about 174 golden apples. So then I went home, and instead of curing more animals, I went to finish a project I never finished, my armory. So I went and enchanted my SWAT set, since I have yet to finish that. Then I went to make a soldier set, the bomb squad set, and the juggernaut set, which all of those I also enchanted. It just took some time and organizing, and luckily I just have a crap ton of experience. Then to finish it off, I went into my quest book and made every weapon that there was a quest for. Honestly, it was just more experience for me, and it didn't really put a dent into my resources. So that stuff doesn't really matter, but now it's time for me to use my golden apples. I cured quite a bit of creatures, such as a cow, another mountain goat, a sheep, a donkey, 2 horses, 2 chickens, a polar bear, and a pig. It took a little while for these things to get cured and spawn, so that's why I just terraformed when I wasn't doing any of that stuff. And not to mention I did make some more pens for them, because, you know, I'm not a monster. Like, I only break a modpack's intended purpose through a glitch, then abuse it because it's funny. So that doesn't make me a monster, right? I don't know, but I did find a glitch. In DeceasedCraft, of course, you can't go into the nether because it doesn't allow you. But I can, and I'm not gonna show you how, because I don't want you to know, because the nether is kind of busted. I honestly didn't see any quartz, and all of the enemies were just low health. Like, there were even some unique enemies I've never seen, and not to mention there's very weak demolishers. So really there's no point of me even being in here other than the bastion and the nether fortress. Yeah, I really didn't even find crap, so yeah. In the bastion though, it had 5 chests with a few arrows at least. And then the nether fortress just wasn't really any better. I got some blaze rods, so that's kind of neat. I ended up getting bored too, so I just built a new portal and went home. The portal to the overworld was just a few thousand blocks away in new chunks, and it took a long time to get home. It was very annoying. But I did steal a tiger in the process. It was nibbling my fingers the whole time though. So I trapped it and I planted some of these flowers I found in the nether, which do a little bit more damage to just random things. Other than that, I just wanted to see if I could break the game again, and I can't because I was gonna go to the end, but I can't even make Eyes of Ender. So yeah, at least I went to the stronghold and got some ancient tomes. And all that adventuring got me thinking. I raided a military base again, but not a lab. So you could probably guess that I raided another lab. There was so much loot and so much crap that I got, and honestly I've already been all through all this stupid stuff. I mainly just focused on a few areas because the mining zombies were a freaking pain. But in this whole process I found something. A secret room in the bottom of the lab. I found like a ton of flamethrowers, so that's cool, but I also got a bunch of guns, some gunpowder, some MREs, and a bunch of other stuff of that sort. It was actually really nice. That's why I just went back to the first lab I raided just to go get that secret room, and honestly I just can't believe I missed it. I kind of feel a little dumb, but it's alright because I just went home with a backpack and a few shulker boxes full of glorious loot. So yeah, I just spent the rest of the time organizing that crap. And now that it is hour 90, it's time for one thing that I have not done yet, a giant project. And this giant project is a giant watchtower. I honestly don't know how tall I made it, but it's pretty big. I used stone bricks to do most of it, so that took a long time to even make all those stone bricks. So while I waited for all that crap, I just terraformed and made this project like a little easier to do. So the plan for this build is that it's just gonna be like a little small outpost, and it can look over the world and see all of my accomplishments. It's quite tall, but the shell is done. Finally, it took a little while, close to over an hour, but it's done now, and it's time to make the top of my viewing deck. So I used some spruce for accents around the tower and the roof. And with the roof done, of course, I did more terraforming. I even worked on this like little viewing deck thing that I made out of spruce. I mainly built it so I could see even more stuff and get to the bottom of the mountain without dying or breaking my ankles. And with that little deck complete, I had no more use for wood, honestly, other than just like a little few accents outside my tower. Like I made some windows on a bunch of floors, and I just made this like weird stuff on the top and bottom of the tower. I thought it looked cool, but I don't know. I'm kind of a crappy builder. And now for the most part, it's just the interior left to do. So I just made 2 of the floors like as a barracks type thing where there's beds and lockers, and if like somebody wanted to live there, they can. I made a little kitchen also so people could cook. I made a library so people can read, even though I don't read. And then I made a brewing area in case people wanted to make some drinks or all that kind of crap. And I'll have you know, okay, I am not an interior decorator, if you can't tell. So with the last floor, the one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to make another armory type thing. So I added in a new refined storage system to hold just spare pieces of gear that are kind of crap. I know I have my armory in my house, and it has all my good crap and all these things that I like, but this thing would probably just have a bunch of crappy crap, I don't know, like something that I would just never touch. So I went out and searched for more armor and more dumb crap to add to my armory, which brought me to the very last building that I had yet to loot for a second time, and that's the condo. Yeah, I got an unbelievable amount of armor and random loot that I could use for this armory, and that's pretty cool. I also got a lot of food, I guess, if that's something people care about. Speaking of food though, the last thing I wanted to add to my tower was a farming area. I added literally everything I could. I added wheat, carrots, potatoes, beetroot, pumpkins, melons, and sugarcane. I felt like this was a nice touch to my watchtower area. But when it came to making it bigger, the mountain part was just too big. So I had to make like a bit of an overhang so I could just have a big farm and not take a bunch of hours terraforming. I was definitely not on hour 99 when I finished this, by the way. But I did it just in time for hour 100. I had to do something monumentous. So I took all of my horde beacons and made some more and just took on hordes on hordes on hordes. I tried to summon them all at one time, or at least half of them. It didn't really work like I thought it would, but I non-stop fought these zombies with minimal destruction, I will say, so I'm glad about that. But there was some destruction nonetheless. Everything led me to this moment though, hour 100. It's crazy. It took literally 100 hours, and yeah, I am here. It's 320 some days in this world because it has a counter. And it's awesome. So I just took a tour around my world, and honestly, this was very anticlimactic. So that's been 100 hours in DeceasedCraft. First of all, I love this mod pack. If a second one were to be released sometime in the future, airports and malls, just saying, that would be really cool. And yeah, I don't know if there's also some way to stop the chunks from loading slowly or something like that, but if that's possible, that would be cool too. Basically, I just want more stuff in the mod pack. I know it's a lot of work, but hey, this is a great mod pack and I had a bunch of fun playing this. I learned how to do stuff with Create, and it was a nice balance of technical and adventurous stuff. So maybe I'll do something more with this in the future. So I hope you enjoyed, like, and do whatever you please, I guess. Zombies are pretty cool and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll just see you in the next video.